Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And this is actually the first video, a brand new series I'm starting. Heavily inspired. In fact, I got the idea from the Arizona Ghost Riders Justin the Part series. And by the way, at the moment, I don't exactly know what I'm going to be naming this one, but I do intend it to be good. But since it's the first episode, I figured we might as well do something that I figured would be relatively simple to do to begin with. Welcome to. I still don't. Okay, it took me a minute to realize that I didn't remember or even come up with a name for the series, but basically, here's how to dress like a gambler. And by the way, I will recommend that you. Okay, mainly this is going to be for like role players and stuff because most people probably wouldn't really care, but I'm going to recommend that you dress according to where you're going to be gambling at, or wherever you're at the moment. So for example, since we're in Valentine, I made something a bit more rugged. This actually might be a bit too rugged, but these are just examples. So this might be the sort of outfit that you could use up near like a Van Horn or something, maybe. But let's get to it. Now, for this outfit,
power off.
I saw somewheres where I don't remember exactly what the guy's name was, but it was in one of Arizona Ghost Riders videos, and he apparently a lot of times dressed like a vagabond to fit into more lower class establishments. So here's something kind of rugged and dirty to wear if you're gambling like Van Horn or something. Oh, by the way, I made 3 outfits for this to just show them off. But for hats, I went with the. To be honest, most hats would work, but just because it's rugged. Sorry, I got hiccups. Just because it's rugged and all that, I went with the worn flop hat in this color. I think it's black. I'm not entirely sure, but there are a couple other hats that could work for it. I'm trying to not teeter too much on lines toward just regular people. Like I could very quickly turn this into like a town drunk type outfit, which I'm thinking about doing next, maybe. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm either gonna do that or I don't know, something. But moving on, I did not wear any masks or bandanas or neckwear. Main reason being, I wanted them to look more rugged. For coats were very useful because a lot of gamblers would hide like for example, if you look at Django Unchained, Schultz wasn't a gambler, but he actually used his coat to hide the Derringer he had up his sleeve. So a lot of gamblers would do something like that, hideout guns and stuff, or they would use and hide devices that would allow them to cheat. But since I'm going for that more rugged look right now, I want the Everyman jacket in this dirty gray color. But there might actually be a couple more coats that you might want to go with. Like you could throw on the sheep's wool jacket if you wanted. You could throw on the brakeman jacket. Basically, just as long as it fits with the rest of the outfit. You don't want one really fine looking piece and then a lot of not so fine looking stuff. Unless you can execute it right. If you can execute it right, then by all means. For vests, again, sticking with the fact that I want it to look rugged, I went with the traditional vest in black. I could have went with white and had it. I'm gonna check what this looks like. Again, feel free to change these in any way, shape, or form you want to. These are just simply guidelines that I'm trying to lay down. I feel like there's a few ways they can change it if you wanted to. This is just what I like. Like, I went and messed around with some stuff. This is the way I liked it. For the shirt, there actually are a couple shirts that would fit really well the style that I'm going with, which is basically just rugged. You can go and throw on something like maybe a maybe the dirty everyday shirt, or maybe a collar over shirt. If you can find one that you liked. Hey, you might even be able to go with the everyday shirt if you can find one that you like. Basically, there's not too many things, but I just went with, or not too many ways that you can really mess up. At least for this area. Now, you can feel free to dress up if you want, and just dress down. I really intended this for Van Horn, but Van Horn doesn't have a place where you can change your clothes, so this is the closest place I could really remember, except for maybe Saint Denis, maybe. But basically, I'm just giving you examples. I went with the Union shirt in gray, but you can also throw it on in white or in pretty much any color. Moving on. I did not throw on any suspenders. No gauntlets, no gloves, no rings, no belts. If you want to throw on a buckle, feel free to. And for weapons equipment, since I wanted to look kind of ninja, I guess you could say, I actually went and threw on the Deadboot gun belt because it looked the most worn out of everything I have. Threw that on, and actually I went and took off the Whitford compass, which I've been using as kind of like a pocket watch. But moving on, for pants, and just gotta go with something kind of dirty looking, so I went with the studded pants. But you could also go and throw on something like maybe that, or again, there's not too many ways to really mess up. I didn't throw on any chaps just simply because I didn't think that it really needed chaps. For boots, I just threw on the Warren Roper boots, which actually I meant to throw on the dirty ones. But this is what I went with. And spurs, to be honest, you don't really need spurs. I'm going to take them off. And if you wanted to, you could throw on glasses or something, but yeah, this is just what I went with. And that's the first outfit. I'll see you whenever I'm gonna switch into the second outfit, change my character up a little bit, and I'll see you after I finish. Alright, see you in a moment. Welcome back, guys. This is gonna be the next part of the gambler video. So let's get right into it. Now, right now we are currently in Blackwater, primarily because it's kind of the best place I can find as an in-between from the lower end places and the super high end places. Guess where the next place is gonna be? That's right, Saint Denis. But let's get right into it. Now, for hats, I'm not gonna lie, you can go with a lot of hats. I would almost go with this one if I had it in a color I actually liked. You could throw on like a stalker hat in black if you wanted to. You could throw on a derby hat or a bowler hat or something. Like even a flat cap. But what I threw on was I actually threw on the Western Homburg hat. Mainly because these started becoming really popular around the time that the game takes place. And even before that. Especially in places where where like the Victorian standard dress stuff started becoming more relevant compared to Like, basically, wherever people started dressing up, this is the kind of hat that they would have worn more often than not. There are a couple other types of hats, but I would have thrown on the black one, but it's dirty. So I was like, okay. Yeah. Moving on. For eyewear, again, you can throw on glasses if you want. I just didn't. No mask, no bandanas. You don't want any of these two because that'll make you look like a crook rather than a gambler. For neckwear, again, you can basically throw on really whatever fancier neckwear you wanted to. Like, if you wanted to throw on something like a tech scarf, the floating string tie, or the ascot tie, I would have no quarrels with that. I don't think anyone would. You can almost throw on the puff tie, but I just saved that for when I did Saint Denis. And I just throw on the dress tie in this purple color. Primarily because I felt like throwing a little bit more color into it. Moving on. For coats. Again, a coat, you don't actually... It's not a requirement, but I'm going to heavily recommend it. Just because of the fact that they were practical for a gambler to have and to wear. So, for this area, you can throw on something like the... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. This jacket, that's more like rugged and stuff. The roller jacket would work. Or you could do like I did and throw on the worsted coat in black. Primarily because, well, yeah, it ain't got to be in black, but primarily just because, well, it fit that kind of in-between different economics or whatever. I almost threw on the Porter jacket, but then I was like, that doesn't really look like something that many people would wear. You can almost throw on the Marshall coat. You could throw on morning tailcoat if you want. I'm gonna recommend staying away from the leather one just because of the fact that, like, in most places it seems like you'd be burning up. But yeah, that's just what I went with. Again, feel free to change any of this stuff that you want to. For vests, again, since it was kind of in between, I throw on the Paisley vest in this black and, I mean, not black, gold and red color that I used for Calvin Candy, I want to say. Primarily because, well, it's slick, and it is, it looks pretty fine with the rest of the outfit. You can also throw on something like a double-breasted lapel vest in just about any color. I think there's a Richfield vest I could throw on. You can throw on that vest. Pretty much anything that just looks relatively fine. This is where by the way, we're starting to get into where it's more like stereotypical, really finely dressed gamblers, but yeah. For shirts, again, there's a good deal of them that you can go with. Like, you could throw on the French dress shirt, Cofferty shirt, everyday shirt, collar over shirt. There's a good deal of stuff that you could throw on. I went with the collar over shirt with the weird, it's not exactly pinstripe because it's too wide, but the white one with the pattern. No gauntlets, of course, because, well, they have no reason for them. No gloves. For rings, you can throw on a ring if you want to. I did. Just because I wanted to look finer. Can't put on a belt because of vests. Buckles, dealer's choice. You can just throw on whatever buckle you really feel like. For weapons equipment, I went with the sharpshooter gun belt just because it's the best looking thing I actually have that matches these outfits. And I actually did throw on the Whitford compass just because it looks like a pocket watch. And let's see here, for pants, I went with the tuxedo pants in brown this time just because I needed something to look nice but not something that I'd be reusing. I almost threw on the Macrum pants because they do look pretty nice with this. And for boots, I just threw on the Gators in black. Yeah. I also went and let's see here. Give me a minute. I also went and put pomade on my character's hair, as well as giving him a different mustache. I'm saving the... I do know that someone's probably going to recommend the count for this, but the reason I'm not used that yet is because I'm saving it for Saint-Denis, which is next. So, I'll see you whenever I go over to Saint-Denis and equip that mustache.
That's $500, Holmes. You in or out? $500. Must be a peach of a hand.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is gonna be the last outfit for the video, and this one is of course going to be Saint-Denis. So this is going to be the most fancy and, I guess, stereotypical gambler type outfit, which honestly I'm not gonna lie, this one I kind of did base a lot off of Doc Holliday, at least a little bit. Let's get right to it. Now for hats, again, you can basically throw on pretty much any finer hat that you have access to. But I figured just to switch it up, I'm not going to throw on a hat for this specific outfit. So what I did instead is, let's see, I don't think that I need to throw on any glasses for it. Oh, by the way, someone told me that my character looked more like Doc Holliday than Doc Holliday on Reddit, and I'm not entirely sure if I believe them or not, because this was back when I did the Vendetta ride Doc Holliday. But moving on, for neckwear, I actually went and threw on a puff tie because basically these were some of the fanciest. Basically, yeah, a nice silk puff tie with a with like a tie pin or something. Sadly, we don't have access to anything with the tie pin on them in online, but if we did, you'd be looking slick. And honestly, I can't decide whether I need to go with the black one or with the silver one. But if you wanted to, you could throw on something like maybe a you could almost throw on a dress tie. I didn't really like it that much. You can throw on the ascot tie, which actually I know I have two different versions of. Folded string tie, tech scarf would work. Neat string tie. But yeah, moving on. Again, I'm going to recommend having a coat. You don't exactly have to for any of these outfits, but I highly recommend it. Unless you're like down all the way in like Tumbleweed or something, where you're basically in the middle of a really hot desert. But thing is, it's a different type of heat than normal, I guess. It's like a drier heat, so it doesn't really make you feel as miserable. I don't really know. But yeah, let's get to it. Now, for Saint-Denis, I went with some of the fanciest stuff I own, so I had to throw on the classic frock coat in black. Could throw it on in brown or gray or something, or maybe even blue. But I went black just because I like it. So yeah, that's what I went with there. For vests, I buckled one with the opulent vest in red. I could have went with it in white as well, or in black, but I just like the red one more. Moving on, for shirts, I went with the white French dress shirt, just because they're pretty dang slick. If you wanted to go even more slick, I guess, you could throw on the Cofferty shirt, or Coggerty, or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. You can throw on this shirt. But main reason that I didn't was because you wouldn't really be able to see much of the ruffles or anything on it, so there's no point to it. You can throw on the everyday shirt in plain white or plain black if you wanted to. The other French dress shirts, which I think there is a black one, yeah. Collar over shirt if you wanted to. Basically, again, this is just like a guide for the basic look. You can change this all you want. No suspenders. I didn't throw on any gauntlets. No gloves. For rings, I just kept the same rings I had on for the last part. For belts, you don't really have the ability to equip one because of the vest. Buckles, again, dealer's choice. Weapons equipment, just as long as it looks good and matches the rest of the outfit. I went with the sharpshooter again with the Whitford compass on it. For pants, I went with the black tuxedo pants, just because I like them. You also might be able to pull off the gray ones, which I don't really have any problem with. Again, you can change them all you want. And for boots, the black gaiters. If you wanted to, you could also throw on maybe the plated Dauntless or the Oakley boots. Heck, you might be able to throw on the Warren Roper boots in solid black if you wanted to and pull it off. But I just went with the gaiters because I just like them. But yeah. I'm still trying to come up with a name for the series. I'm sure I'll have one by the time that the video uploads. In fact, I went on Grimguy's Discord and asked if anyone else had an idea for a name, because I am not very creative, as can probably be seen by this video. But yeah, I do hope to upload more of these. I'm going to put a link down to the Arizona Ghost Riders channel. I'm going to put a link down to the Arizona Ghost Riders channel, just because that's where I got a lot of the information from this video, and they're also where I got the idea for the entire series. So yeah. And well, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I really would like to see the channel grow. I'm going to be putting a link down in the description to the roleplay servers, as well as the Arizona Ghost Rider Discord. And yeah, have a good one. Adios.